Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to another Warcraft replay here. We are back with the Netease ladder, and we have an Undead versus Night Elf matchup. Lots of downloads on this one, so I'm curious to see why. Aside from maybe the obvious observation that it's a 30-minute game, so that sounds exciting. We are on the map Last Refuge, and yeah, I guess we can just get into it. We have 120 spawning in as the blue undead in the bottom left, and his opponent will be LawLiet or LawLiet. I'll just call him LawLiet because actually, I don't know. We'll see what the spur of the moment and my brain tells me. But yeah, LawLiet spawning in as the red Night Elf in the top right. Ancient War creeping for himself at the Ogre Warrior camp, so it looks pretty standard so far. No abnormal timings on the buildings just yet, and it seems TED opening for 120. Hero is going to be, as I believe 120 was waiting on the supply there, is going to be the Death Knight, not too unexpected, and it is going to be a Demon Hunter for LawLiet. Ugh, I'm kind of regretting having 120 as the main perspective here, because I think he is one of those players that very much likes to spam the rally point. Let's go over to LawLiet, see how well he's doing. Absolute silence. That is actually really weird. Oh, I think we did hear one, but wow, 120 just keep spamming that. But yeah, so far just standard start. Acolyte. Oh, it is actually a Ghoul Scout, so Ghoul opening here for our undead player, and he is harassing very nicely with his Ghoul. Oops, is going to not continue the chase on that low hit point Wisp, but yeah, oh, might be able to get one. We'll see if it reaches the Moonwell or not. Nope, it is just going to be placed down into a Moonwell, and that will be that for the Ghoul shenanigans. Demon Hunter coming back after clearing out the camp and getting himself the +6 claws. Honestly, I'm trying to remember, because I talked about the 129 patch in the previous series, and I talked about how the Blademaster got hit a little bit. For the life of me, I can't even remember if the Demon Hunter himself got hit or not. I mean, he's no way... It's kind of hard to argue if the Demon Hunter is, you know, downright broken. He is a very solid hero, and he doesn't really need items to actually do well late game. He only needs his levels, and yeah, and I honestly think he doesn't need to be changed, and I don't think he has been changed in 1.29, but if he has, then oh well. Either way, tier 2 should be coming in for both sides. Seems like the Death Knight was able to pick up, it seems, 2 wisps with surprising degree. He actually has Unholy Aura, which is which makes it even more surprising to see he got 50 experience from wisps alone, because these wisps could have just detonated themselves, but maybe LawLiet had his attention elsewhere and didn't realize his wisps were in danger. But either way, with Unholy Aura first, he will be unable to continue his harassment, as it seems like his Ghoul Pact is just going to move around and go after this Magi, most likely. Yep, Skeleton Stick is going to be used, and this Magi camp will be started. Seems like Demon Hunter is kind of lost, maybe. LawLiet doesn't actually know what to do right now. I really don't know why it keeps going back to the Death Knight, but Demon Hunter is moving around. He does have boots from the shop, and it seems like he's just going to go after the Warrior camp, as the Death Knight will hit level 2, and he picked up Gloves of Haste, so not a particularly useful item for the Death Knights, but yeah, it could potentially be an item given over to the Lich. Ancient of War has been intercepted here on his way to the Rock Golem, and it seems like he will be taken down. Trying to eat as many trees as possible, but alas, healing rate is just not fast enough with so many ghouls out for 120. Tier 2 nearly done. Hunter Soul is on the way as well, so it seems to be double intention of laws, or at least that is the intention of LawLiet. Death Coil there, I don't actually know if he was able to get the kill or not, but he did cast Death Coil regardless. And here we go with another Death Coil to heal up the Demon Hunter. He got himself a second pair of claws, or a second set of claws from the Ogre Warrior camp, and it seems like he is going to be doing quite a bit to those ghouls, and with the mana burn on the DK, he is no longer able to heal up any low straggling units. And yeah, just trying his best with the Unholy Aura move speed to just get out of dodge. Graveyard, Black Citadel has just started and the Slaughterhouse has been placed down. Altar of Darkness has yet to get anything, and it seems like a Tavern Hero was picked up instead. Oh no, that was for LawLiet. So Naga Sea Witch coming out as the second hero for LawLiet, and we should be seeing the Lich start being trained, I guess, at the altar when 120 has enough resources. It appears to be like he has enough resources. Maybe he is waiting on lumber. There we go. Ogre Magi at the shop over here is going to be cleared out. Greater Healing Potion gets picked up, which is going to be a really useful item. I mean, no matter who you are, especially against 120 with his Death Knight Lich combo. Being able to chug a potion in between those two casts would be very useful. Ogre Magi camp in the bottom right is going to be abandoned after the trash has been cleared out, as it seems like LawLiet's Demon Under Pressure just seems to be a little too much, and with the added control of the Naga Sea Witch, the Frost Arrows, is going to make it very, very difficult for those ghouls to actually run away. Magi being taken by LawLiet, giving level 2 over to the Naga Sea Witch, so it's a really quick level 2 gain there for the second hero, and the Lich finally popping out. Tier 3 not yet done, so he is gonna wait a little while for the Orb of Corruption there. Looking over at LawLiet's base, he is halfway to Tier 3 and he is producing his first couple of Tier 2 units. Tier 3 obviously for the mastery training of those Druid of Claws, so they can turn into those bears. Wait, is that right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, bears are unlocked with Master's training. I'm trying to remember what was unlocked in Adept training. I think it was Rejuvenation, because I think Roar is automatically learned there, but yikes. Oh, okay. That almost tripped me up as well. That did a lot of damage with Death Coil, but obviously it's an illusion, so that's why it took actually the full amount of damage there. Naga Sea Witch picking up Devotion Aura from this Rock Golem camp. It's gonna be alright, I guess, mitigating those Crypt Fiend attacks, but obviously it doesn't actually do anything from the Nova Coil combo, and we would probably be seeing a Naga Sea Witch from 120 as well. Unless he seems to deem that the Dark Ranger would be probably a more appropriate choice. I do think that the Naga Sea Witch is maybe more suitable to the job. We shall see. Lich does have the Health Stone, and yeah, that will be a nice get out of jail free card there. Both a kind of a Ring of Regeneration, kind of a Potion of Health. So, yep, like I said, it's pretty much the same description that I gave the Greater Healing Potion, which it seems like was either used or sold. So, a little weird there, but yeah, 15-second invuln on that Demon Hunter. He will, I mean, LawLiet has to have like the greatest reaction times to cancel out any combo. He'll probably just use it after he gets nuked a little bit, but yep, Naga Sea Witch comes out as the third hero, and here comes the first destroyers for 120. Death Coil is going to heal up a frontline ghoul there, and the Demon Hunter is going to get chunked down to half health, is going to get preserved back to base, and probably just heal up with the Moonwalls there. Naga Sea Witch able to pick up a couple of kills and get level 3, and that would most likely, I would assume, be level 2 Fork Lightning. Mana Stone on the Demon Hunter, so not too great for himself, could give that over to the Naga if he wants to, but skirmish is going on. Populations right now is pretty even, 46 for LawLiet and 48 for 120, but of course we are much closer to LawLiet's base, so we can easily reinforce his units. Oh, Naga Sea Witch of the Frost able to pick up that one lone bear. Demon Hunter is taking a huge chunk, but he is going to pop that 15 invuln right now. And yeah, it seems like the heroes of the Undead are completely out of mana. Will they be able to keep this up? It doesn't seem like it, as even the Destroyer is very, very low health. The Dryad is going to get taken down, but to what cost? It seems like it's going to be very, very little cost, as the Demon Hunter actually gets sniped by the Orb of Corruption there from the Lich. So although it seems like LawLiet could have actually clinched this in the bag, his Demon Hunter maybe stayed a little too long, and now he is going to be forced to revive at level 3 at the altar. So pretty costly, and yeah, that actually prevents 120 from actually losing his destroyers there, so able to keep them alive, and he will probably just replenish his numbers and go for another attack again. Bit disastrous, but then again, not enough bears, not enough dryads. It's kind of tough for LawLiet to deal with. And yeah, it'll only get a little harder for LawLiet later on because of the undead heroes slowly gaining more levels, and their spells will obviously do a lot more damage. And with the Pipe of Insight, Brilliance Aura is gained for the undead army, and that will just be a lot easier to get mana back during that fight, during all those mana burns from the Demon Hunter there. So it's gonna be tough. I mean, I guess on the other side, it's more mana for the Demon Hunter to burn, but obviously it does have a cooldown, and 120 could just cast spells before the mana burns come out. So yeah, doesn't look like a good fight right now for LawLiet, but maybe he can turn things around, hopefully before this Boneyard gets completed and produces 1 or 2 Frostworms. LawLiet is sitting at 50 supply. His Demon Hunter is coming back very soon. Doesn't seem like upgrades are actually on the mind for himself, as Naga Sea Witch is just going to TP scroll back home as soon as she sees that Destroyer in the air, able to take down the Ogre Lord and get the Cloak of Flames. So it's an alright item for, I guess, the Demon Hunter, but yeah, I don't know about the damage. It doesn't seem too noticeable, and of course Demon Hunter can't just get his own immolation. For now, it seems like the Naga Sea Witch is going to hold on to it, which is rather weird because, I mean, 120 barely has any melee units, and yeah, it's most likely going to be the ranged units that the ones going to deal with the Naga. So surprised she didn't sell it, but we shall see. Expansion on the bottom right. I don't think 120 is even thinking about expanding. Reveal here in the main base. This this Boneyard should be spotted, and yeah, probably should consider actually mass producing either Dryads or start placing down an Ancient of Wind. Seems like oh, Wisps are moving out. Oh, just for Moonwells. Okay, so a little disappointed there, but maybe we'll see an Ancient of Wind soon. Shade is going to stick to this army most likely, and I mean, it's only up to LawLiet to realize that the Boneyard's out, so the Sack Pit is obviously out as well. Or the Shade could just kill itself with the Cloak of Flames there. That is actually a little funny. But that is most likely not going to happen. I think the warning actually notifies 120, so he'll micro away a little bit. Oh, as I say that, takes a bit of flames damage there. So 120 has gone into low upkeep, and he is going to corner his opponent right in this turtle camp, I guess. Preservation is going to be used, and the TP scroll as well. Will we snipe a couple of units? It seems like only a single Dryad was taken down before the TP was completed, but the camp has been cleared out, and the item, I believe, is this Claws +9 for the Demon Hunter, so it's looking really scary. Sadly, if you're this behind, you would rather be level 5 than level 4, because all you need is 1 level to get that Demon form, but he's level 4, so he needs a whole 2 levels to actually get that, which is gonna be... It looks really tough right now for LawLiet, and 120 looks like he is in a pretty good position. Level 4, level 3 on his 3 heroes. Meanwhile, a level 4 for LawLiet reveal onto his army, and he did snipe down that shade, so good intuition there from LawLiet. Should be suspicious how 120 actually spotted his army in the top left of the map, so yep, there's that. Hippogriffs are starting to be trained up as well. Hippogriff has a lot of work to do, 2 destroyers and 1 Froststorm. Here we go with the roar there, and Dryads focus firing that Froststorm very quickly. Death Coil gonna heal up the worm, and a Fork Lightning is just gonna deal with the Froststorms in the air. Level 5, wait, what was that level up? Level 4 on the Lich for 120. A-Bomb is taking quite a bit of damage, but with those bears slowly being whittled down, not much threat is going to be happening. Oh, wow, that actually tricked me, but Illusion, Demon Hunter is going to be taken down. Demon Hunter using the 3 Moonwells that are right over here. Mana Burn onto the Death Knight, but the Frost Armor is rather annoying to deal with if you are the Demon Hunter. Invuln is going to be popped for the Death Knight and the Demon Hunter there. Lich, on the other hand, also has an Invuln, so he can pop it whenever he wants to. The last of the bears are taken down, and the Froststorm is still alive. We do have a destroyer that is just 1 hit from dead. Sea Witch is being chased down by the Demon Hunter, who has been fully healed with the Moonwells, and a nice Fork Lightning is going to turn things around. Last second Death Coil able to heal up that Lich, and he does have the Invuln if he wants to use it. There we go, Invuln is going to bait the Demon Hunter to death. Froststorm, is it going to be able to run away from the Hippogriff? It doesn't seem like it. There we go, 1 more peck is going to take it down. Armor supplies 42 for 120 and 40 down to 37 for LawLiet, so... another Dryad sniped. Yeah, both armies are just going to back off a little bit. I guess 120 doesn't have nearly enough units to actually finish the job, and it's probably more appropriate to gather up and get a bigger army, I guess, rather than continuing the fight. The problem is, LawLiet does have a base here, and it is, I believe, undiscovered, and I don't think even in the mind of 120, so yeah, he needs to spot that, otherwise he's just going to be really confused how his opponent is able to remake his army constantly. Sea Witch is level 5, very close to level 6. Sadly, the levels should be given over to the Demon Hunter, who is still at level 4. I mean, I'm not sure how useful Sea Witch is going to be with Cyclone, is it? Tornado? Whatever it is, because it's a channeling ability, and yeah, I don't know. Actually, is it a channeling ability? It's been so long, but at least there's no Dark Ranger to silence, but I mean, 120 could just quickly spell burst down the Sea Witch, who is just standing there. Shade is gonna go over to the right gold mine here, and lo and behold, he does indeed spot the Tree of Life, so yeah, at least 120 knows his next target of choice, and since it was the Shade that was actually scouting out, LawLiet actually has no idea that his expansion is going to be attacked very soon. Do I have a TP scroll? We don't even have a TP scroll, but can just buy it at the shop if he wants to. Unless he moves around, he will not be able to have access to the TP scroll there. Oh, he's just moving. Okay, so yeah, doesn't need a TP scroll, he just needs to move to his base. It seems like 120 is just gonna go for a wraparound here and go straight for the main base instead. Destroyers can see over the wall, but it seems like yeah, Hippogriff also spots the destroyer as well. Actually, why'd I do that? I need to go over to LawLiet's point of view and see if we can view over, but either way, army supplies, yikes, LawLiet is up to 71 versus 120's 57, so yeah, about 14 supply difference here. A nice triple spell combo onto the Demon Hunter, taking about 600 of his health before being preserved back home. And this is really, really bad for LawLiet because his Moonwells are completely empty and it hasn't turned night yet, so Yeah, this is the green light for 120 to go after the expansion. Army can't even respond to this because, while the Demon Hunter is still half health, he is going to get rejuvened back with the help of the bear. And here we go. Possible attack right here. About almost 15 supply hit for the Night Elf army, so let's see how well he can use numbers. Doesn't seem like he's using it very well because his Dryads are just running around. I think, I really do think LawLiet is scared of that triple spell combo, and here we go once again. Invuln is going to be popped at about 40 health on the Demon Hunter, so he has 7 seconds to quickly make it or break it. Invuln is going to wear out right about now, and he is going to get preserved back home. Dryads right in the front, probably not the best location to be at, but it seems like it is going to be enough for the bears to run down the statues slash heroes. Another spell rotation is going to happen, and the bears are slowly being whittled down by those destroyers. Demon Hunter is coming back very soon from the north, and the Death Knight has taken quite a bit of damage himself, so he needs to be extra careful about that Demon Hunter, who I think has sights on him. But the DK does have an invuln if he wants to, and he just gets sniped down with a Frost Nova slash Frostmourne swing. Deathgore gonna heal up more Crypt Fiends there as, yeah, I mean, Destroyer's being chased down, but another web is going to be cast. Naga Sea Witch for the undead player is very, very low health, as is the Lich, as is the Death Knight. But Naga Sea Witch, level 6 with about 200 mana. Can she do something? There we go with another Fork Lightning Strike. They're able to take down the opposing Naga Sea Witch. And I think that is just going to be the end of that fight. So both sides taking quite a bit of losses there. Obviously LawLiet did lose a lot more since he did have a lot more units at the start, but he is able to keep this expansion alive, and as he did here, the gold mine has collapsed, so yikes, LawLiet actually winning this by a war of attrition, I guess, just trying to survive as long as possible. We do hear sappers somewhere. Sappers have been hired, and I believe they are gonna just make their beeline all the way over to this expansion, as this one has already been mined out. So keep eyes on these sappers, I guess, but the Hippogriff, I think we'll be able to spot it, and yeah, LawLiet should be able to respond very nicely. Oh, actually I don't think the Hippogriff spotted it, so we'll see how well these sappers do. Dryads are actually moving in, so either they were aware or they just moved in just in case. Sappers, oh, I'm not sure about that Fault Lightning, maybe it'd been a little overkill, but sadly, yet another sapper failure from 120. Very, very sad, and yeah, rather unfortunate. I did actually, look forward to seeing those guys blow up, but oh well. Very close to level 6 on the DK. Lich, not even close, but yeah, we'll see how he spends that 6th point. Will he spend it for Raise Dead, or will he just go for a level 3 Unholy Aura? Demon Hunter finally is just a little ways away from level 5. Shade has been spotted, and that is actually going to go level 5 over to the Demon Hunter, so okay. He is just 1 level away from Metamorphosis. I mean, honestly, if it gets to that point, it's probably going to be GG, but seeing as the gold mine is collapsed and the Black Citadel is being unsummoned, I don't think it's going to get to that point. Hell, the Naga Sea Witch is even close to level 7 herself, so yeah, that just shows how many times the demon actually got killed himself. So here we go, attack onto the main base, but oh yikes, not enough units for 120 to actually deal with this. Spell combo rotation onto the Demon Hunter. He is gonna pop that invuln. Naga Sea Witch with level 3 Fork Lightning. Can she do it? Spell rotation onto the Naga, and she gets taken down at level 7. That is going to give a level up onto the Naga Sea Witch, I believe, of 120, and the Demon Hunter falls himself, and that is huge disaster for the Night Elf player here. Despite the unsummoning of all 120's units, it seems like his current hero combination is just going to be able to do it. Like I said in the beginning of the game, yeah, LawLiet has to be very careful of this hero setup, and it seems like he just wasn't careful enough. And yeah, despite having the second base for the entirety of the game, he just can't actually outlast his opponent, and that will just be a GG, I believe. I mean, the Tree of Eternity is entangling the gold mine on top left, but I mean, if LawLiet couldn't deal with these three heroes before, I hardly imagine he can actually deal with them now, so we'll see. We'll see. It seems like there is still a couple of minutes left on this game, but I firmly believe it's just over. I mean, being revealed doesn't actually matter too much for 1-2-0, and yeah, all he needs to do is just take down the last tree, and that should be game. LawLiet has enough resources, or at least nearly enough gold, to revive his, I guess, Demon Hunter. Or I don't know about the Nagasiwatch. She seems a little too expensive as a level 7 hero, but Tree of Eternity is under attack. Don't really think counterattack is going to amount too much, as the Hippogriff is just chasing down that one destroyer. Dryads also contributing some spears to them as well. But yeah, this seems like a done deal. Death Knight is around and about and healing his fellow flying statues there. And here comes the Demon Hunter coming out as the revived hero here, but getting Death Gold right in the face without any mana and half health. It seems like a pretty bad idea for the Demon Hunter to stick around. Not like he could actually outrun a Death Coil. He tried to rejuvenate, but I mean, it's a level 3 Death Coil. That thing hurts a lot. And it seems like the DK actually did take Aura level 3, so won't be able to see some corpses raising anytime soon, but I mean, it's not like he had many corpses to work with anyway, so yep, that is most likely going to be game. Tree of Eternity is going to fall as, wow, even 1-2-0 gets his, oh actually no wait, that is LawLiet's Nagasiwatch. I am actually amazed that he got enough resources to revive both heroes, but I think this one was revived at the altar, so it was cheaper. Here we go. Naka invising, not sure what her actual goal is because she cannot destroy all of these buildings by herself, but we'll see. Maybe she'll just reunite with her units and maybe go for a cheeky lightning, or not. I mean, right now LawLiet's just racing his opponent around the map, and yeah, 1-0. All he needs to do is just go after the main base because, I mean, there's not much defense left. Demon Hunter is being revived at the altar, as the Nagasiwatch, I believe, did sell all her items before, so yeah. And we're still on it. I don't know. I need to do something about these blobs on the map, which don't actually have buildings on them, so a little weird. But that is the flaw of the replay system when you are disabling Fog of War. Here we go. Nagasiwatch. Oh, actually gonna use Tornado. So let's see how well this does. It's not as great as Earthquake, but at least you can move it. Sadly, I don't think she has enough duration to actually take down the entirety of this base, and maybe 1-2-0. Actually, no, yeah, 1-2-0 actually needs to come back and deal with this Nagasiwatch because he probably doesn't want to base race this. There we go, Tornado still doing work, and we'll be able to take down the graveyard and a couple of Ziggurats. Will she be able to do anything about this? Yeah, 1-2-0 is actually not coming back, but Nagasiwatch needs to wait on that cooldown, I believe, so no extreme pressure there, but this is really weird. I really don't think LawLiet can actually bring this back, and it should be GG very soon. Here comes the units of 1-2-0. Spell combo. Oh! So, her own Tornado is going to 120's own tornado is just going to cancel the TP staff of the Netease, so that almost reminded me of, I forgot who it was, but it was the Cyclone onto the Archmage who kept mass teleporting tanks, so yep, that is going to be that. Well played game for 120, and I mean still LawLiet as well, but he lost his Demon Hunter way too many times, and that is going to be game. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys again whenever.